We are back here in the shadows of Allegiant Stadium as the Big Ten Football Media Days rolls on from Mandalay Bay Resort in Las Vegas. It's already been a terrific day, and we got much more to come as we are with the head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers, Curt Cignetti, Yogi Rothjake, but back with us on set. Coach, talking season is still going on right now, fortunately for us. I know you're ready to actually play, but just give us a feeling for what it's like to come back this year. Does it feel different after what you were able to build and prove in that 11-win season in the CFP appearance?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd say it's definitely different. I mean, and we're in Las Vegas, not in Indianapolis. Feels like an away game. And, I mean, you know, people are aware of us, and they have an eye on us, who we play, our schedule, our out-of-conference schedule, what we're doing, what we eat at night, right? I mean, how are you going to be this year? You're going to be the hunted this year. You got a target on your – well, we can't hunt. We're not allowed to hunt this year either. No, it's all good. Excited to go.
I did love what you said about on the podium when you said we're not looking to sustain it. Everyone's asking, like, are we going to sustain this? No, we want to build and grow and get better. So you've got new pieces. You've got some really great guys back, and I want to talk about the 3 guys who you have today. But what is the biggest thing from just making sure that you don't get that mindset that, oh, we've arrived, we're here?
Humble and hungry versus noise and clutter. I mean, you know, we got to have that fire in our belly. We got to want it so bad and pay the price every single day, because nothing good in life comes easy. And, you know, all there is really is the here and now. So you got to control the here and now, control the controllables, and get better, improve as much as you can every single day. And that's it right there. You know, noise and clutter, you think it's going to happen just because it happened last year, that's a kiss of death.
Yeah, it's good to approach and play the game of football with a chip on your shoulder. And you got a veteran locker room, veterans at all 3 levels on the defensive side of the ball, brought in veterans in the transfer portal across the offensive line at the quarterback position. How are they taking initiative? How are those veterans of the team taking initiative in the locker room to echo that message so the team plays with a chip on their shoulder?
Well, you know, we got a lot of good guys that are good leadership type guys that have played a lot of football on this team, like you said, on both sides. I mean, on the offensive line, you got Coogan from Notre Dame. You got Carter Smith. You got Drew Evans. You got others. You know, at wide receiver, we've got a few. So, you know, chip on the shoulder. We don't play yet. We're just getting ready for camp, right? We got to develop depth. We got to develop players. We got to get better in some areas, scheme development. As we get closer to the games, you know, the chip really comes in. We got to be ready to play against ODU. Okay, they beat Virginia Tech twice in recent history. South Carolina was a 4-point game last year in the opener down there. Got to be ready to play. And then when it comes to chip, you know, we'll find those chips.
You easily have, because I think your roster is built with so many players and coaches alike. Fernando Mendoza, lately recruited, goes to Cal, plays really well. His personality is one that when you meet him, I feel like you're just like, whoa. This guy's pretty interesting. He's called the mayor at his previous school. What's dialogue like between the two of you if we were sitting in a quarterback meeting?
Well, I don't sit in the quarterback meetings, number one. I let the quarterback coach quarterbacks. So glad we got him. Been aware of him for a long time. He's got talent. Big, tall, mobile, quick release, strong arm. A lot of positive qualities. Got a couple things to work on, but everybody does. Chandler Whitmer does a great job with him. Our new quarterback coach, Tino, went to UCLA. Okay, so you build around the quarterback. We've had a great history of success with quarterbacks. And he had his last 5 practices in spring ball I really liked a lot. Got a lot of confidence in him. Really excited to see, you know, what he puts out there this year.
Him and the rest of the transfer portal class, even last year, like your ability to evaluate talent and hit on that talent has been a big piece of your team's success. I'm not asking you to reveal any secrets, but kind of what can you share with us about your portal philosophy and how you evaluate different guys?
They got to fit the profile regardless of position, first of all. You know, are they a good guy, good habits, good team guy? And then toughness at every position, you know, regardless. And, you know, so after that, there's some position-specific things. But here's what I'll say. Last year's portal class was a little bigger. We knew those guys really, really well because they played for us at JMU, a lot of them. Okay? We're still learning about a lot of these guys. You know, we were with them in January, spring ball, and summer, and now fall camp. But, you know, how are they going to be week 6? How are they going to handle success, failure, you know, et cetera? Because the season's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So we're still learning about ourselves.
Lee Beebe Jr. is somebody that I think will be talked about as the season goes on. He's one of those guys that you referenced in the portal class. What about him stood out, taking him or getting him from UAB now to IU?
Broke tackles, hard tackle. Yeah. I mean, he's not a 4-4 guy, right? But got great hands, breaks a lot of tackles, always falling forward, very productive. And since we've got him, he's a great effort guy. I mean, he wants to do everything he can to be the best he can be. In fact, we got to slow him down a little bit. You know what I mean? So he's not doing too much, because more than always more. Sometimes less is more. But excited about him.
It is easier to slow him down than to speed him up, I imagine.
Yeah.
Generally speaking?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I do want to ask you about the three guys you brought here today, because you talked about knowing them, and Aiden and Elijah and Mikhail all came with you from JMU. To see what all three of them did, but I want to ask about Aiden in particular, just for him to have become the first All-American linebacker at Indiana, and to play in the way that he did, knowing what you knew about him before. What can you tell us about that young man and what
I
they
just
represent?
can't say enough about him. He's probably the number one leader on the football team that guys look up to, and leads the right way, and just does everything he has to do the best he can be. He's a good guy, good person, gives the community. He's real. This is who he is, you know. He gets the defense in the right spots every single play, depending on what the offense comes out in. Makes the checks, makes the adjustments, instinctive. Plays through injury. Just fully invested in the team, and hands down the leader of the team. And I think everybody on our football team would echo that.
I want to talk to you about your coordinators. We've talked a ton about the change throughout the conference, but Coach Shanahan, Coach Haynes, you've been with these guys for nearly a decade now. Yeah. What does that allow you to do as a head coach, just that familiarity in your relationship with your coordinators?
A lot. I hired those guys at the D2 level as part-time coaches for less than $10,000. Now they're coordinators in the Big Ten. Brian's been coordinator, this will be year 4, I think, and Mike maybe 5. And then, a lot of other guys. My strength and condition, Derek Owings, he's going on 5 or 6, and Grant Kane, my special teams guy, same. A lot of them. So we're on the same page. And, we have a way we do things, and everybody understands it. Doesn't mean we're not looking to improve our methods. But they know me. They know what to expect from me. I know them. I think we're very organized. We have good organizational discipline. We keep the main thing. And when we're done working, I want them out of there. I want to keep them fresh. And I'm a little different than a lot of coaches. I'm the same way with the players. I'm a quick practice guy. I want them fresh, healthy, ready to go on Saturday.
Coach, every time we've had one of your games, we talked about your late father, Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
I'd be curious, if you look back on the success you had last year, tremendous success,
right.
And then you look at this offseason and the additions we've referenced, what might he say to you in advance of this season that you could think back to those conversations?
Well, I think at this point he'd probably just say, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I can tell you, early in my coaching career as a head coach, I got a lot tougher lessons from him. So, yeah, he was a great football coach, but a better man.
How about your offensive line, Coach? Just trench play. I think you talked about this last year. The ability to control the trenches and dominate in the trenches. You returned some great guys. You mentioned you brought in Pat Coogan and then Bob Bostad leading that group. What's the ceiling for this offensive line unit this fall?
Right, yeah. And, we had a lot of good moments. But, we didn't play real well against Ohio State and Notre Dame. Let's call it what it is. And we have
good units, too.
Yeah, we got to get better. Real good. Number 1, number 2 in the country on the road.
Yep.
I like to play those people at home, but it is what it is, and I give them all the credit. Don't get me wrong. And Bob Bostad's a great football coach. Been around a long time. He's a tough guy, great fundamental football coach, and he gets the most out of that unit. And I think we've added some nice pieces to that unit, some veterans that can play. We'll have more depth. We'll be better. And if you want to go on a road and beat a big-time opponent, you got to win up front.
You also got to win with the decision-making of quarterbacks. I want to go back to Fernando Mendoza. You referenced this offseason that last year with Curtis Rourke, you kind of knew where he was going to drop, oftentimes in the pocket. You'll move Fernando around a little bit more. When you look at his game, what is the most coachable attribute when you're watching him play going through the 15 practices in the spring?
The most coachable attribute.
Yeah.
Meaning what?
In terms of what area do you think he can really improve upon?
Well, I'm not
you've
going to
seen
tell
thus
everybody
far?
in America that right now.
Just let us know up here.
I'll let
Yeah,
you
we
guys,
won't tell anybody.
I'll let
We
you
won't-
guys
we
figure
won't
it
tell
out when
anybody.
you watch the games.
But what has stood out for him outside of the experience that he has for you within this system?
I tell you, he can make all the throws now. He can make them all, and that ball's out fast. And a lot of times when it breaks down, he'd run down the field 15, 20, 25 yards.
Coach, one of the things that stands out whenever I talk to your players is that your confidence is contagious, that you were able to present a vision and were so confident in it that they were able to buy in. Where do you get your confidence from?
I studied leadership early in my head coaching career because I didn't think I was doing a very good job of leading the team. And a guy introduced me to some books. And I finally, at my age, 64, I mean, a leader leads by example, goes away, knows the way, shows the way. And, I've got to show that confidence in a situation like last year where they haven't been successful, and that's swag. And I got assistant coaches that have been and players coming with me that have been. We come to Big Ten Media Day. As much as anything, I'm talking to our team and our fan base right now, right?
What books?
What books?
Yeah, what were some of the more impactful books?
I'll share them with you later.
Okay, all right. We can't get you. We're trying to get the secrets out of you.
Start
okay.
to forget.
Okay. Hey, when you're, pitching to the transfer portal guys and recruits, how different was it for your message to be received this year from last year?
Significantly. Year one, you're selling a dream, a vision, what you've done in the past. Then you put it on the field like we did, and the excitement level nationally. Sold out stadiums, and you got a better looking athlete walking through the doors. It still has high character.
You have tremendous perspective on life in the coaching profession, and also I know that you're never truly satisfied, but within the job that you have now, what gives you the greatest satisfaction?
Just beating somebody's ass and playing hard from the first play to the last play, and then going in the locker room and singing that song.
I'm a Pittsburgh guy.
That was one of the best answers I've heard on set.
We're in on that. That secret's out, folks. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I don't even know how we can follow up after that answer because that was the mic drop. But I just, you talk about being a leader, and I think every good leader learns something every single season, multiple things. What do you think was the biggest thing that you learned last year, going through your first year in the Big Ten?
That we got to get better in certain areas to beat the big boys, especially on the road. I mean, you're going to beat them on the road at their place. That's a tall task. And it all starts up front, right? I mean, you play them at your place, it's probably a 2-touchdown different game. You get the crowd involved, who knows, right? But you're going to beat them at their place, you got to win that war up front.
I want to ask you about Pat Coogan. He became almost famous on social media for his pregame speeches late down. Has he given the team a speech or you a speech? Have you gotten a chance to hear his motivational speaking?
If he's given them some speeches, I haven't heard them. Now, because he's new, I'm kind of slow to put him in that situation, even though I know in the back of my mind, come fall, he's going to be that guy, right? But he's got to earn that, be that guy. I think from what I understand this summer, he's earned the right to be that guy.
I'll tell you what, last year we saw the shirts, like the SIG shirts, and we saw a lot, the towels, there's a lot. I think, beat that blank might be the new shirt in Bloomington.
I'd buy it.
I like it. Promote it.
I would, I would buy that. I would support that. I do have to ask you, how was the offseason for the recliner?
It was hanging in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It didn't have to, no surgeries. Didn't have to take it away from it. Still there. Still looking at new furniture in there. But that thing is
steady.
Steady. We love steady, the core. You know what? There are no off days for that recliner. Curt Cignetti, it was great learning from you and chatting with you, and we wish you the best of luck.
Great to be here.
Watching your
Appreciate
team
you.
this year. We just heard from the coach. Well, up next, we get to hear from his players who we brought. You're going to talk about Aiden Fisher, hands down the leader of this group. Well, Elijah Surratt and Mikhail Kamara also joining him. So much to talk about as our Big Ten Media Day coverage rolls on from Vegas.